If you have low back pain and tight hips from sitting all day and you're tired of your pain reminding you that it's there every single day, I'm going to show you one exercise right now that can eliminate your pain faster than you might have thought was possible. My name is Dr. Grant Elliott, founder of RehabFix, and we have helped thousands of people around the world fully recover from low back pain, disc herniation, and sciatica. And in this episode, number 154 of the Low Back Pain Podcast, I'm going to show you one amazing exercise to immediately undo all that sitting that you do throughout the day and restore that motion in your spine and in your hips to improve your range of motion and reduce your pain fast. Real quick, if you have not joined my private Facebook group yet, you need to do so. It is called RehabFix Low Back Program. And immediately upon joining, you will receive our free step-by-step sciatica guide. This is the same process that we have taken thousands of our clients through around the world to identify exactly how to fix their sciatica and ultimately become pain-free through our one-on-one coaching program. In this group, you will be able to see our clients and what they're doing for success and additional resources and more free guides. So if you're serious about fixing your back, you need to join this group, RehabFix Low Back Program. See you soon. Okay, here is the exercise that will change your life. First, I need to explain why we're doing this particular exercise. Many of you are sitting most of the day, right? Nothing wrong with sitting, but many of you are, and you feel that back pain and your front of your hips get really, really tight as a result. So that means your lower back is in flexion and your hips are in flexion most of the time. So that's important to understand for why we're going to do this exercise. The exercise that I'm going to introduce to you today, I call the cobra scorpion. I'm sure there's many different names. Nobody owns movement, and you can call them whatever you want. But I'm going to describe this cobra scorpion exercise for you and why it's so good at addressing these exact restrictions. As I stated, many of us sit in flexion for most of the day, and we need to do the opposite of this for both our lower back and our hips to improve extension of these regions, because this is where you are developing the majority of your restrictions. So to do this, you're going to lay flat on your stomach, you're going to prop up on your elbows, bend your knees, and while resting on your elbows with your knees bent, you are now going to allow your feet to drift side to side while staying together. This is doing a few things here. This is putting your lower back into extension, the opposite of flexion, the opposite of the position you've been sitting in most of the day, the opposite of the motion that hurts your back. We're getting the opposite, trying to reverse that. And it's also putting your hips into extension as well. Or you're stretching your hip flexors as a result of bending your knees. This is going to stretch your hip flexors, stretch your quads. These are what are also in a shortened position, getting very tight throughout the day, not necessarily because they're actually tightening, but because you're not moving them enough. So this is a great way to unlock those areas and to loosen them up. And then lastly, when you have your feet together and you're rotating them side to side, you are now getting spinal rotation. These are a few key motions that you do not get enough of throughout your day. Once again, because you are doing the opposite of these. You are flexing your lower back most of the day, not moving. Flexing your hips most of the day, not moving. And you are probably not getting much spinal rotation in. Spinal rotation is a very essential movement for many athletic movements, such as golf or tennis or any rotational activity, right? Especially pertinent to athletes. We need to have appropriate rotation. Many individuals that develop back pain and develop tight hips, they start to reduce their rotation over time and become very, very limited in these motions. So this is very important to bring back. And this one exercise incorporates that as part of it. And then once again, if we're sitting most of the day and we're not getting enough of the opposite, we need to reverse all that sitting. So let's get into an extended position. Let's do the opposite. You can rest in this position when you're home from work and maybe watching TV or relaxing or playing with your kids or doing work on your computer or messing on your phone. You can rest in this position for a very long period of time to gain some momentum on this, instead of simply just accepting it, saying, all right, I'm just going to sit most of the day, and then I'm going to sit in my car on the drive home. And then when I get home, I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to sit on the couch for a couple hours. And then I'm going to go to bed and wake up the next day and sit on my way to work, sit at lunch, and do the whole process over again. You don't want that to be you. I know you're maybe not exactly sure onto which exercises you should do, but if this kind of sounds like your lifestyle, then I can likely guarantee you that this movement will be one of the good ones for you. And I encourage you to ease into it. As with any movement, don't jump right into it and go 0 to 100. Ease into it, right? Baby steps here to slowly expose your body to it and restore these motions with time. Hey, real quick, if you're watching this video and you're resonating with the things that I'm saying and you're ready to be pain-free, just click the link below and you can schedule a call personally with my team so we can meet with you, go over your current situation and figure out what you're missing and help you develop a game plan so that you can finally become pain-free. This is for serious people only, so click the link if you are ready to go. Back to the show. By allowing your spine and your lower back to regain that motion that is lost over time, and allowing your hip flexors and your quads to stretch out as well and regain their motion that they have not received much of, and regain that rotation into your lower back, you are sure to remove those restrictions, to improve that range of motion and reduce your pain very quickly so that you can see that it is possible to get out of pain.
I want to be free of this pain.
Now, if this movement is a little bit tough or advanced for you, we can still accomplish some individual goals here by simply regressing. Instead of doing the whole thing at once, maybe you just work on resting up on your elbows and getting into extension. Maybe you're not doing any rotation or any knee bend. You're just resting on your elbows, slowly getting extension back into your spine. Then maybe you start to bend the legs and you just bend them. You just kind of focus on bending them, bending the knees. Maybe you do that just for a couple weeks to start to get your hip flexors and your quads loose again. And then maybe you start to introduce some of that rotation. You could do that rotation while you're propped up on your elbows or flat on your stomach. Relaxing on your stomach might be a little bit easier for your particular situation. So there's multiple ways you can slowly build up to this and regress as needed based on your situation.
Delicate situation.
Once you've been consistent with this one movement and you're feeling your motion restore and you're starting to feel great, then I would advise progressing into strengthening movements for these individual areas. After we unlock them, after we get that motion back, and after we reduce the pain, now focus on strengthening movements for the lower back, for the hip flexors, and for rotational movements. That's when I would introduce those to help you build on that platform, on that new foundation that you have.
And we can build something big.
Whereas opposed to before, if you push yourself into more advanced movements, you might experience pain and you might get discouraged from doing any movement at all.
Discourage you?
But I'm here to help you determine those baby steps and the order in which you need to do things so that you can finally develop a plan of action and reduce your pain to see the light at the end of the tunnel and to figure out how to live the old life that you had, or maybe the new life that you want to have again. This is one of many exercises that might need to be included into your pain-free plan. But if you're not sure what other ones should be added, or if there are ones that you're currently doing that might need to be taken away to formulate the best plan for you to get the fastest results, that's what we're here for. And we would love to meet with you at no cost to you to go through this process, to learn more about what you're currently doing, to review your current plan with you and help you determine what you should do, what you should not do to develop the best plan, because nobody deserves to live with back pain. You only have one life. It's short and you don't want to live with pain. And we would love to help you get a new life that does not have back pain as part of it. Once again, be sure to join my Facebook group, RehabFix Low Back Program, so you can get additional exclusive content and our free sciatica guide immediately upon joining. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please leave a 5-star rating and review so we can grow this podcast and help reach more individuals who deserve to get results, who feel like they're spinning their tires and getting frustrated in doing so. As always, move more, move in nature, move in the sun. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.